Good day, viewers. My name is Audrey Polton. Welcome to our third lesson for grade 10 and 11 chemistry. Today we will learn about physical and chemical changes. Let's have a look at the lesson objectives. By the end of today's lesson, you should be able to distinguish between chemical and physical changes. Explain how chemical reactions involve an energy change. Now that you have seen the lesson objectives, let's start with the lesson. Every day you come across many changes in your surroundings. These changes may involve one or more substances. There are two types of changes in matter: physical change and chemical change. As the name suggests, a physical change affects a substance's physical properties, while a chemical change affects its chemical properties. Physical changes do not lead to new chemical substances forming. In a physical change, a substance simply changes its physical state from a solid to a liquid. One example is liquid water becoming steam. That's when water is boiling, and that's a physical reaction. Phase changes are physical changes because they do not change the nature of the substance. Other examples of physical changes are crushing a can, melting an ice cube, mixing sand and water, breaking a glass, dissolving sugar in water, shredding paper, chopping wood. All of these are physical changes because they change the form but not the composition of the material. How can we identify whether a change is physical? We can use the following list of characteristics to help us do that: a change in texture, a change in color, a change in temperature, a change in shape, a change of state, a change in volume or density or mass. No new substance is formed. These changes are reversible. Physical properties of the product and the reactant are the same. What are chemical changes? A chemical change is a reaction that alters the chemical composition of a pure substance. We can recognize chemical changes through the following characteristics. Chemical changes can't reverse since they involve breaking bonds between molecules and forming new bonds. The spontaneous release of heat after mixing compounds is a good indicator that a chemical reaction has taken place. A permanent color change is another good clue that a chemical change has occurred. Any noticeable odor that occurs after a reaction begins is a sign of a chemical reaction. Bubbling that occurs during a reaction is an excellent sign that a chemical change is happening. Production of a precipitate is also a chemical change, as well as change in density. Chemical reactions create one new chemical substance or several new substances, which we call the products from one or more reactants. Let's now highlight the differences between physical and chemical changes. Physical changes give a change in the state or phase. There's no change in chemical composition. Physical changes do not produce new substances and are reversible. Otherwise, chemical changes form new substances. There's a change in chemical composition, and then the new substance have new properties and is irreversible. Now that we have come to the end of the lesson, let's summarize what we have learned today. There are two types of changes in matter: physical change and chemical change. A physical change affects a substance's physical properties, while a chemical change affects its chemical properties. Physical change causes a change in texture, a change in color, a change in temperature, a change in shape, a change of state, a change in volume or density or mass. No new substance is formed. These changes are reversible. Physical properties of product and reactant are the same. Chemical changes cause no reversal. Spontaneous release of heat, a permanent color change, any noticeable odor that occurs after a reaction, bubbling that occurs during a reaction, create one or more new chemical substance, production of a precipitate, change in density. Until next time, goodbye, keep well.